Hey, word on the street is your binoculars are from 1976. Do you want some cool ones from Vortex? Yeah, you do. Like, comment, subscribe. We're giving them away every single month of the season. So if you like, comment, and subscribe, you're entered. Who doesn't like free stuff? Like, comment. I can't do that. That's too That's too That's too I won't buy seed from these seed companies. Before I start this video, I'm going to be extremely transparent with you. I work with Domain. I get seed from Domain. They have quality food plots to the point where, don't even pause this video, Landon. I'm actually going to prove to you. I'm coming back, people, I promise. I'm literally going to my local fleet farm and I'm buying the stuff myself. My receipt's in either this bag or the other one. I'm literally going and buying the stuff. So don't think that I'm just telling you guys to use this because of some endorsement or some sort of sponsorship or stuff like that. If I need stuff, that's literally what I'm going to the store to buy. Okay, so I wanted to preface that right off the get-go. So am I biased? I don't know, maybe. I like to use what works. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't use these other brands, and maybe you've had luck to a certain extent. But I'll tell you that I'm not going to buy these brands. Why? Because I've used them and I've had results, but I've had way better results using other brands, especially the stuff with fresher germination rates, less inert matter, and blah, 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 blah. The first one that I want to talk about today, guys, is Biologic, okay? Mossy Oak Biologic. So at the end of the day, when I talk about a lot of these companies, and I understand, guys, this is a heated topic and people are going to be like, oh, I can't believe you're saying that. Well, like, don't you want to know? At least somebody's opinion. This isn't meant to, like, ruffle your feathers for you to take it personally. If you're taking it personally, we got bigger issues. But anyway, like companies like Biologic, big company, got to buy a lot of seed, right? What happens if they don't sell all that seed? It sits on a shelf. Okay, it's one thing if it sits on a shelf in their warehouse and they know how to restock properly and get rid of certain seed and other seed and get rid of other seed and move new seed in and whatever else. But now they start selling it to these big box these big box retailers, which could happen with any seed blend, by the way, and any brand name. If they don't know how to properly stock their shelves and seed keeps getting pushed to the back, pushed to the back, pushed to the back, for every year that it sits on a shelf, it could lose up to 50% germination rate, depending on the conditions and a lot of other variables, but it could. So now you're getting half the seed that you truly need for the full price. So when I see these companies like Biologic and the other ones that I'm going to get to, you know, who are you know, guilty, I guess, of that to a certain extent, to no fault of their own, they're a big company, and can you blame them? Like, it's the scenario that they're in. But so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, the other thing I don't really like about these brands is they're using 10, 15, 20, 30% inert matter. Their justification would be that they're putting drought-resistant coatings on these things and blah, 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 blah. And the reality is they're just putting more shit in a bag so that they have to sell less seed so that their margins are better. And that brings me to company number 2, which has some of the best marketing in really the outdoor industry, and I've used their products way in the past because of their marketing, and it was Whitetail Institute. Same thing, inert matter, drought resistant coatings. Could they make that argument? Sure. Does it make a considerable measurable difference? Debatable. Maybe they'd even make the argument that certain seeds need inoculants, and that's why we coat our seeds, and certain seeds do need inoculants, but maybe not 10, 20, 30% of the overall container in inoculants or drought-resistant coating. It's inert matter, guys. It's just a good way for them to sell you less seed so that they can make more money. It's business. I don't know if I want to call it shady. I don't know what I want to call it. Like, it is what it is. So that's another company I no longer buy seed from. The next seed company, for the same reasons, we're just going to keep going down the list here, guys, is Tekkati. You don't hear a lot from Tekkati anymore. I'm sure they're still out there, and maybe I'm just wrong altogether, but once again, pretty poor germination rates when testing their products. For a lot of the same reasons. I think they're sitting on the shelf super long time. Inert matter, just bad germination rate. So another no-go for me. The last one that I at least want to bring up, and if you guys have had good luck and or bad luck, I want you to drop it in the comments. Just because I use Domain doesn't mean that you need to use Domain. You can trust that I use it because I think it's the best. But if you say you've used something else that's really good, I want you to drop it in the comments, because we're never opposed to using what's best and what works, guys. But the last one is Evolved Harvest, and basically You know, a lot of these companies will use a certain face of a certain celebrity and market it, and because people see that face on that bag, they just grab it and off the shelf, and they don't know enough to read the purity sticker or the breakdown on the back of all seed blends. And this is your little cheat sheet. And I know some of you guys are rolling your eyes because you're like, Brett, this is like day one stuff. But for those of you that don't know, every seed that you buy from a lot of these big box retailers or even buy it online has like a purity sticker that shows you the breakdown of exactly what's in here. And I want you to, one, stay away from mass amounts of inert matter. You know, 20-30% inert matter. That's 20-30% of that overall container not being seed. You know, I look at this one and we're down at 0.08, like 0.5% of inert matter, just random nothingness that makes it in here. Like, this is all tested. So just to put your apples to apples, you know, side by side, like this is what you're getting with a company like Domain. It also has, like I said, your purity and your germination rates, but your purity, which basically shows like how much of what is in each blend, so that you're not buying 100% ryegrass or something ridiculous. Like, yeah, it has radishes and turnips in it, but it's like 0.01% of the overall thing. And then they can market it that it has those cool, you know, plants in it that everybody loves. But the reality is there's such a minimal amount, and there's a less desirable seed that costs them less money in that blend. So at the end of the day, guys, like, I understand somebody probably clicks this video and like, I can't believe this psycho is gonna actually mention companies' names and blah, 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 blah. Don't you wanna know? I understand it might make some people angry and whatever else. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm just saying what I've used and why I won't use them anymore, and it's up to you whether you wanna do the same or not. So like I said, guys, I'm using Domain. I think they have some of the best stuff on the market, best germination rates. I've had the best results. And you know what the best part is you're supporting a relatively small company, really good people. We don't work with anybody if they're jerks. There's no dollar amount, I promise you, that would ever make me go work with a company that I didn't believe in or anything like that. And I hope other people in the outdoor industry can say that, because at the end of the day, guys, if we sacrifice reputation to go get paid by somebody and they have a less than desirable product, word gets around real quick. You know what I'm saying? And guess who looks like a jackass at the end of the day? Guys like me who would take that deal when in theory, I am not, obviously. So that's what we'll leave you with today, guys. It is food plotting season. Pick your brands wisely. If you've had a lot of luck, drop it in the comments. If you have not had a lot of luck with other brands, also drop those in the comments. We want to know. Catch you next time.